So here is the reason behind my channel name One Tick at a Time. It is based on a story I heard a long time ago. When I was just a fresher in my first job, I was trying my best to excel at my work to impress my higher authorities. I grabbed every single work that came my way. At some point, I was doing too much than I can handle, trying to make progress at all the tasks at the same time. This only made me a stressful person, and I was always seen with a grumpy face. I was totally unapproachable, always anxious, and even little conversations I had with my friends were always about how much work I had to do. It appeared that I was the most busy person in the team, but I was also graded the lowest score during performance reviews. Yes, there were so many tasks I was carrying out, but I was finishing none of them because I was constantly thinking about all the projects I have to finish. So whenever I work on one, the other one seems of more priority, so I jump to the next one. I was so unhappy. I had the fire in me to excel at my work, but I am far away from achieving that. Noticing my situation, my then manager shared me this story. He might have read this in forward emails, but that was the first time I heard it. I heard it at the exact time I needed to hear it, and it stuck with me forever. I apply this even now when my life gets too overwhelming, which seems to be very often now that I am a grown woman with lots of responsibilities. Here is that story. When God first created the clock, He said its job is to keep ticking every second, every minute, every hour, days and weeks and so on for its whole life. The clock silently calculated that if He goes on ticking every second, He needs to do millions and millions of ticks in His lifetime. He can't get someone else tick for itself, and He can't rest in between the ticks. The more he dwelled on this thought, he grew more anxious. He decided his life is so unfair and even questioned why others have simple life but not him. He had mental breakdown, his ticking performance suffered, and he tried to give it all up. When that happened, the owner of the clock whacked it on his back repeatedly until the clock started to obey. Swallowing his worries, he resumed ticking unhappily. Then, one day, when God appeared and checked on him, the clock poured his worries. He said it is too much tasks for him to carry, and it is too much to demand from him. Millions of ticks in the lifetime? How is it possible? Million ticks? How can anyone expect this little thing to carry out such a humongous task? God heard him patiently and asked precisely at a time how many ticks you need to do. The clock replied, only one at a time. God asked, what if you focus on making that one tick and do it in the best way possible? You worry about the next tick when time comes. The clock cried in relief. Yes, that's the answer. I do not need to worry about the millions of ticks, but just the one. He then ticked happily ever after. We all have unending challenges and responsibilities that requires our best efforts. We often react to this thought with an overwhelmed emotion. How about we take our life one tick at a time?